Hello everyone, this is Danny from Overlyzer, and it's been some time since our last video, but we got a couple of questions from our community on Twitter, on Facebook, to make more videos with some teachings about on how to win using Overlyzer, and I think today is a quite good day to have a look on a couple of games. Right now, as you can see here, there are 39 games online, mostly cup games in this week. So it's Wednesday in the afternoon, and there are cup games in many countries. And yeah, some of them are already quite interesting. We just scroll through it in a quick way here, and yeah, as you can see, there are many games already in the second half. It's halftime here at a couple of games, and also in the first half there are already some games down here from South Africa, for example, or this one in Croatia. And yeah, we can stay here at this game in the Croatian Cup between Rudar Labin against Istra 1961. And yeah, this is obviously a good example on how you can pick your games. In this case, we have pregame odds of 22 on a home win, 770 on a draw, and 111 on a away win of the clear favorite Istra. And as you can see in our graph, Istra scored a quite good time. You can see it here on the ticker. It's in the 6th minute. They scored the 1-0, the opener. And since then they are the clearly better team, and Rudar Labin is inactive, not coming out so much. As you can see here, they started 11 attacks, but that's quite little in comparison to the 37 attacks by Istra. And Istra already had 4 shots on target, 3 off target, 4 corner kicks, and also 66% possession, which is also very high. And they're 1-0 up front, and as it is a cup game, of course, Rudar Labin has to do more. And yeah, in this case you can do many things. For example, you can go on a handicap win on Istra, for example, handicap minus 2.5, so that they will win with 3 goals in difference. You can also go for an over, or especially a team over. We can go for maybe over 2.5 team goals, or over 3 team goals Asian, where you get the cash back at exactly 3 team goals, or the and win it from 4 team goals on. Or also you can go for an over 1.5, maybe for the whole game, or also team goals for Istra in first half, because you can see that they are really good here in the first half, and it's quite possible that they will score another one in the first half. Not only because they are so offensive and attacking, and you can see it right here with those little icons that pop up. More and more attacks, you get this notification here if anything goes up in the stats. There are these little icons. And you can see here also, as they have a little dump on over the last minutes, but now it goes up again. So it's yeah, quite probable that Istra will score a second goal in first half, and that is also an opportunity for you. Yeah, but if you want it more on the long term, over the whole game, you can go for an over or an handicap win of Istra over the whole 90 minutes. Sure, Rudar Labin has to do more here because it's a cup game. They need to come out of their half a bit, and this will also create spaces for Istra. So this is one of our picks, and we guess that yeah, they will score some more. We will click the little favorite icon here so we don't lose the game after we analyzed some more, and now we go up again and have some quick looks what else is up for today? Here we got Slovenian Cup, Radomlje against Celje. The odds were quite even pre-game, but still Celje was slightly favorized, and Radomlje, they got the red card after approximately 10 minutes, and from this moment on, Celje was the clear better team, as you can see here. And yeah. Oh, here alert tells us that Rudar Labin just made the equalizer out of nowhere. So it's 1-1 here. But no problem about it. If you made the normal over in this case in the first half, you already won. If you got for over 1.5 for both teams. Of course, not for team goals, but still got 13 minutes to go. And on the other hand, this is not so bad for us if we went for Istra goals, for many Istra goals, because now they just conceded out of a situation where it was just not predictable. It was the first shot on goal in the whole game for Rudar. That's why also the graph goes up now. But as Istra was so much better over the whole first half, we were quite sure that they will come back. Maybe also coming back in anger after this strange goal that wasn't really predictable. Yeah, and also here we get that Celje game we already mentioned. Looks good that Celje will win this game, and the live winning odds are not so bad. It's 157 right here. They had 4 shots on target, no shot on target by Radomlje, who is 1 man down since the 10th minute. And also off target, there is more activity from Celje, also in corner kicks, also in possession, which is clear because they are 1 man up. But as Radomlje already got their red card or expulsion after 10 minutes, we can expect here that also a physical problem will appear at some place, at some time in the game. And now the second half is starting. Here we can go for a away win of Celje, and we also put this in our favorites. Okay, let's go on. Here we also got something interesting. It's Napoli under 19s against Cosenza under 19s. This is also a cup game, Primavera Cup. Napoli was favorized in advance, and now they are 1-0 down. They were not so dominant in the first half overall, but also Cosenza scored in a phase where the graph was dropping, and overall Napoli was the better team. And as it is a cup game, they have to improve their attacking efforts and increase them. So in this case, as the live odds for Napoli are 360 at the moment, we could go for a double chance here, for example, that Napoli at least doesn't lose after 90 minutes. Not sure what's the odds for that, but I guess we get something like 150, 160, which is also a really good occasion. So yeah, we can also keep this game in mind. And we go on and have a look on other games. This is also something interesting. Croatian Cup, Bielobrodo against Dinamo Zagreb, who are a Croatian champion. And yeah, that was quite surprising that it's 2-2 after the first half. But the pressure of Dinamo was increasing over the whole first half, and now the second half just started. We're minute 49, and we can see here as it starts, Dinamo already increasing pressure, and they are up in all statistics, and it goes up and up. And also this live odds are not so bad. Maybe it's a good accumulator material. So 133 for Dinamo Zagreb win in cup against Bielobrodo. That's not so bad. If you wanted the riskier way, you can also go for a handicap win of Dinamo Zagreb. We also click on the favorite icon to keep this game. Here we get the Central League in England, Reserves League, Huddersfield Town against Walsall. Clear thing here. Clearly better Huddersfield. They made 3 goals in a time frame of only 5 minutes, but as you can see in the second half, they're also going up, increasing pressure again. I have nothing to lose anymore. 3-0. Everything should be clear here. 5-0 shots on target, 6-0 shots off target, 15-0 corner kicks. Yeah, they're clearly better. Maybe one or the other goal must be possible here. Maybe over 4.5. As you can also see here in the total game pressure, it's 45% on average. And when you have a look on our YouTube video about how this value works, the total game pressure, where we have 2 metrics. We have one over the whole game, and we have this one over the last 10 minutes. And 45% over the whole game on average is a quite high value. So this is a very offensive game. Yeah, we think like 4 or 5 goals by Huddersfield Town. Reserves are possible here. We also save this game. Okay, what else do we have? We got Trencin here. Alright, this is exactly what I wanted to say right now. They just scored the 1-0. Well, clearly better over the whole game. Clear favorites before the game, but failed to score until now, but now they scored. These are also quite nice games if you're searching for higher odds. If a clear favorite just failed to score over a whole game of dominance, like Trencin here in the Slovakian Cup, you obviously got some good winning odds here 10 minutes before the final whistle, but yeah, we're too late here, and now we yeah, the 1.06 is not for us, so let's go on. Here's a similar example. Also Slovakian Cup, Chaiova against Rovinka. It's 3-2, and also here Rovinka was clear favorite before the game with 1.22, and they just scored the 3-2 after they had some problems in first half, obviously, but in the second half they were always the better team, so the graph of the away team never dropped under the graph of the home team, who's we guess quite defensive, as you can see here. Surely they went with a 3-1 into half time, and now they try to defend it, but then here they conceded after 74 minutes. And as you can see, also the difference in pressure here between the two teams is still very high. So it's quite possible that Rovinka will score an equalizer. We can go here for many things. For example, double chance X or 2. Also, though it is dropping now, but we're sure that it will go up again because they have to make some pressure now. We can also go for a simple over. You can play over 5.5 here. You can go for over 2.5 team goals. Yeah, so it's quite possible that another goal will be scored here, and we also save the game to our favorites. And as we see, Trencin, we just had it at 0-2 already, so this would have been a good pick if we were just on time for that, but it doesn't matter. We have so many opportunities over a whole match day that are similar to this. Yeah, and here also there's also similar situation. Čukarički in Serbian Cup, normally they should score because they are also better over broad phases of the game. But it's already quite late. It's 86th minute, so yeah, maybe this is too risky. And you see also here the live odds for a draw already on 433. Yeah, this is for the risky guys, if you like. Slovan Bratislava 5-0 in the Slovakian Cup against Slavia Košice. If you wanted risky, you can go for a 6th goal of them because they were clearly better over the whole game. And this would bring some good odds, I guess. maybe something like between 2 and 4 already, because just 3 more minutes to go, and they had 11 shots on target and 9 shots off target. So they shot 20 times in the direction of the goal. They have 71% possession. There's a possibility, of course, but not so much time left. And in these cases, you always have to remember that sometimes when a game is clear like this, there is also not so much injury time. Sometimes the referee just blows the whistle after 90 minutes because the game is decided anyway. So this can also happen if you place a bet right now and you have like 2 minutes left, and you think about, okay, maybe there will be 3 or 4 minutes of additional time, and then the ref blows his whistle directly after 90 minutes. We also experienced such situations a couple of times in the past. It's quite annoying, but this is still something you have to keep in mind, and that you can somehow calculate in your picks, that not in every game the referee gives it 4 more minutes or so in such a game, in such a situation. Yeah, but we also saved this to our favorites for the last 1 or 2 minutes, as we say that here a 6th goal is also possible. And these are the games in the ending stages. Yeah, nothing more here, everything quite balanced, no clear pressure situations. Well, so these are the games for now. We just go down again. Oh, Trencin already scored the 3rd goal, so this was quite fast. 5 minutes, 3 goals. Yeah, as we said, would have been a nice pick. And then we have a look what's up down there, if there is something new. But you see the trends that we just mentioned. Huddersfield still better than Walsall, who is doing nothing. Then we have Dinamo Zagreb, who are still increasing pressure against Bielobrudo. Yeah, they just don't want any shame here in Croatian Cup, so of course they increase pressure. They are attacking more. Napoli, as we mentioned, already clearly better than Cosenza, and also here it's quite possible that they will score, and that our pick of a double chance 1x will come, and also Celje, who start in the second half better than Radomlje, who's 1 man down. So yeah, regarding the trends, we're all in a quite good position with our picks. This is a bit strange here, our first pick with Rudalabin against Istra, but now there is halftime, and we can be quite sure also regarding the pre-game odds and how big favorites they were, that the coach will tell them 1 or 2 things, that after this big time of dominance, that they were not scoring a second one and then conceding, it's still possible that Istra will come out of the dressing room in another way. Here we got something else. Slovakia Cup, Ružomberok against Lipani, 120 pre-game, so Ružomberok clear favorites. Already started shooting a bit, not on target until now, but with 76% possession and 3-1 shots on target. Also 2 corner kicks already to 1. So this would be a possibility for over 0.5 team goals for Ružomberok in first half. So Ružomberok scores in first half. We'll also save this one. This will be a good tip, good pick, I guess. Yeah, what else? Yeah, we got Dinamo Kiev here, but they already scored. As you can see, the trend situation was clearly better than Mariupol. Also here, not so much in like Dinamo Kiev, who are clearly better, but here Benfica under 19s also started clearly better than União de Leiria under 19s. And here we also got the pre-game 1-0-2. so there could be some more goals. Here in the alerts, we see that Huddersfield just scored. If you click on that goal alert, it jumps directly to the game, makes it easier to find. So yeah, here's a 4-0 already. So our pick of like 5 goals Huddersfield should also be possible. And here we are back down, and yeah, so it's 42 games already. And now we scroll back up and click the favorites icon in the filter box right here. So it only shows us the favorites we just set. Overall, in our case, these are 7 games out of 42. Is that Rovinka game that's already over, almost over, 90th minutes. Huddersfield, who just scored. Then we got Dinamo, we got Napoli, we got Celje. Then the game in halftime, Ruda Labin against Istra, and Ružomberok, where we say that Ružomberok will score in the first half. Yeah, these are the games that we chose as favorites. And yeah, always when you click on favorites here, you can also put the favorites away and have a look on all the other games in the meantime. And if you click again on favorites, you see the games again. So of course, we're not expecting to win every of those picks, but yeah, soccer betting is about that. Obviously, you will never win every pick. So, for example, that risky one that Rovinka will score again, doesn't look so good. Yeah, it's over now, as you can see here, full time. Yeah, didn't work out, but regarding the graph, we had to try this because it was clear that in a cup game especially, they had to be more offensive, more attacking. So this would have been a good pick, but unfortunately they failed to score. But yeah, sometimes you have those games with some higher odds, some riskier picks. You have to just try them out and always check your bankroll management. This is a really, really big subject on how to bet on soccer, on football games in a successful way. Maybe we'll make an extra video someday where we explain bankroll management in detail, but this is really, really important on how you use your money, how you decide on how much you will bet on a single game, for example. Yeah, so this is a very, very important subject, and if anybody tells us, we always hear that like we are not winning in sports betting, we don't win on a daily basis, we don't win on the long term. It's not so much about your picks, it's much more about bankroll management and how you organize your money that you're playing with. Yeah, we'll make another tutorial about that over the next weeks or month, and let you know, of course. Follow us on Twitter, then you'll never miss a video of us. Yeah, as the one game we mentioned is already over, we have 6 games now that are still in our favorites. Yeah, and from here we just can wait, as we already picked some games, and yeah, now we can like observe them, how they are running. In our opinion, in 5 of 6 remaining cases, we are quite good regarding the trends. We knew that they will be still the better team in the second half. We knew that Dinamo Zagreb will increase their pressure. We knew that Napoli will increase it. Celje is clearly better now, with 1 man up. This is a bit of a strange game, of course. Also, these are possible, and yeah, you never know. But we'll have a look in the second half how it's going. And then you have Ružomberok. Trends are dropping here a bit, but they're still better than Lipani, and you'll see it also in the stats. They got 75% possession, and as you see the graph of the away team, it's quite probable that they are just defending and try to keep them away from their goal. But normally with 75% possession, in most cases, sometimes the pressure is too high and they will score. And we said they will in first half already. Yeah. So for now we pause this video and observe all those games, and when goals are scored we come back and analyze it again. See you in a second. So back again after our first break here, and Dinamo Zagreb just scored the third goal. So they're up now 3-2. In the end, immediately before they scored, they had live winning odds of 150 already, and now it's 103. Clearly, because Bielobrodo, they have to come back now, and this will be a very, very tough thing for them. Not easy, but yeah, as we said, this would have been nice accumulator material also if you go with higher stakes on that 133 winning odds live on Dinamo Zagreb when we mentioned it. Yeah, that's also a thing that we have to mention is we talked about accumulator material. So if you want to increase your odds by combine 2 or 3 bets, sometimes of course this is a good possibility, and it will bring some money and win you some bets. But in the end, if you want to bet in a sustainable way, it's always better to use single games to find single picks and not combine them in accumulator bets. Yeah, if you accumulate too much, it's very, very difficult and also unlikely that you will win on the long term. But yeah, of course, in some cases you can try it out. But go for the single picks. Make sure that you are happy with the odds. Also, you have to think for yourself if the what kind of odds you're searching for. If you search for higher, for lower, for something like an average range, that you search, for example, for odds between 160 and 2, something like this, and then you have to like weigh up all your yeah, how much risk you will take, you want to take, and then you choose your picks. So Dinamo scored the 3-2, and we have a quick look here. It's quite even here already, but yeah, still not over. Quarter hour left for Ružomberok. Celje clearly better, Napoli still better, Dinamo better and scored, Huddersfield better. Yeah, we'll take a break again and check back in a couple of minutes. So we're back just 2 minutes later. Huddersfield scored the 5-0. So this pick is through. Huddersfield made 2 more in the second half, as it was quite obvious. If you look on the graph, this is really big dominance, and now they scored their 5th, and we went for the over 4.5 team goals. So this is done already. And yeah, another thing that we can say here is that as we have only 38 live games now, this is not so much. We can keep them all. We can keep an eye on all of them, but also using our favorites feature, because yeah, 38. This is not too much. You can have always a quick look here, and also when new games are coming. In the beginning, it's always difficult to see trends, but if you wait for like 10 minutes, you can see sort of a direction. If there is, for example, weekends with 200, 300 live games at the same time, it's always better to use filters. We also got tutorial videos here on our YouTube channel with filters and how to use them. Here are all your options on the left hand side, and in our mobile version or in the app, you find this in the little filter icons. You will find them. They're quite prominent placed, and yeah, in this case you can set filters, for example, that you only want to see games with a certain difference in pressure. for example. And you can save them, of course, as a registered user, as a subscriber, and you will find them again here in My Filters. In this case, for example, the difference of 30% in pressure is this one, 30% Druckunterschied, which is German. I just named this that way myself. Then you got also 6 out of 37 games where the difference in pressure is at least 30%. This is the setting. You get here the difference in pressure of minimum of 30%, and you can also set the maximum, of course, and you can do this with all the other stuff in the statistics. And if you click here, you can also pick some other things like only team pressure of any team, of the home team, of the away team, the difference, and also the pressure of both, but we took the pressure difference of at least 30% here, and there we got 7 out of, now it's 12 already, 12 out of 37 games. Changes very often, of course, because also the differences in pressure are changing very often, and there you get all the games where, yeah, the pressure situation is quite clear. Also here, for example, Kiev already scored the second one. Benfica, as we mentioned, also better still, but also some others. And here's one of those games that just started, Sloga at Seljesnica in Bosnian Cup. Here was an early goal, early opener for Sloga, and that's the reason why we get this pressure situation here. But yeah, this is how you use filters, and you know, we got another video for that. Of course, you can just browse our YouTube channel and find it. And now we go back to our favorites. And as this is already through, we can uncheck it here, so it gets out of our favorites. And now we only got 5 favorites left, and still pressure situations are clear. Also, Ružomberok is getting better. Yeah, it's time for a little break. We come back in a couple of minutes. And we are back, and we're entering the final stages of most of the games. Still 3-2 for Dinamo Zagreb in 88th minute. That's a quite offensive, intense game here with 62% live game pressure in the last 10 minutes. Here's the 90th minute. Napoli failed to score until now. Celje also decreasing pressure, but yeah, still possible, still better than Radomje, who is 1 man down. At Ružomberok there is halftime already. Unfortunately, they failed to score in the first half. We will put this out of our favorites now. And yeah, here's the big strange game. Rudar Labin against Istra is 2-1 for Rudar Labin, who were 22 winning odds underdogs. Yeah, lucky you if you played the simple over, I guess. We told you in the beginning that regular over pick is quite cool here, maybe over 3.5 or so. This is yeah, very probable, as Istra need to increase their efforts and need to score. There's also a cup game, very important for them to score. Yeah, but it's a bit strange that they were those who scored the 2 goals. We thought that Istra would score more, but maybe they will start. Yeah, this is also a good example why sometimes it's better to play the regular over instead of team goals over, because, you know, anything can happen. So yeah, this is also a good opportunity to take the lower odds but be safer. So we're here in the closing stages of the games. For example, here Napoli against Cosenza. If you click on ticker, you can always have a look, and you'll find this here. Edit time here is 5 minutes. So if you use our tool Overlyzer exclusively while betting, you can always have a quick look on the ticker to see how much additional time will be played. In this case, it's 3 minutes. Yeah, so this is over in like 2 minutes, and we have some more time in this case. Celje's 89th minute. He was also clear that added time will be 3 minutes. Well, so not so much time here, but Celje will try to score before final whistle, so they don't need to go into an extra time. Trends are still quite clear as we analyzed them in the beginning of second half in these games. Dinamo already scored, and we expected goals from Napoli and from Celje. But yeah, it's not so much time left, but still we got chances to win here. And in this case we got this over thing that we told you about. Okay, this is over, full time. We won this one. Dinamo wins at Bielo Brdo. When a game is over, it disappears by itself. No need to click the favorite icon, so in a couple of seconds it's gone. Yep, here we go. So we got only 4 games left now. Napoli, Celje in the closing stages. No, it's 3 games, of course. The 4th game, Dinamo, just disappeared. Yeah, so let's see how the last minutes will be played in these games, if anything happens. If anything happens, you always see it in the little alert box in the bottom left corner on your desktop version. You can also set up your alerts by yourself in your user menu. You find it up here, and there you can choose when in which cases you want to be alerted by our tool. It can be goals, it can be red cards, it also can be clear pressure situations of 75% or more for one team. Yeah, a little feature that we will be implementing in the near future is also acoustic alerts, so you also hear it when something happens. And of course you can choose the alerts only for the games inside your filter or inside your favorites, so you don't get bothered by any games that don't really interest you. So yeah, this is also a very useful feature. Alright, and we are here already done with these 2 games. Unfortunately in this case, because regarding the pressure situation, our picks we made in the beginning of second half, there should have been goals by Napoli and by Celje. But yeah, important thing also in this video is that this was just a random pick on a random Wednesday afternoon with very few live games overall. Right now there are only 25 more. And of course it was just like picking as much as possible. But normally of course you would take your time and check every possibility. Napoli is over, unfortunately. They lost this despite being clearly better in second half, but the pick was still good, the double chance 1x, because this is a clear pressure situation, and normally by normal means they should have scored. So yeah, they didn't, but this is something you have to deal with at times. And also this one is over. Unfortunately, it's an overtime already. So, but also this pick was one to take because they had that red card, the home team Radomia, after only 11 minutes. So normally this should have been a clear thing for Celje. But yeah, sometimes that's the case. At least we won the Huddersfield game, we won the Zagreb game. And of course it's always a bit of luck in it. In some cases, for example, that Napoli game or the Celje game, you always have to deal with losses, of course. And the most important thing that we already mentioned in this video is the bankroll management. Always take care of your bankroll management. As we said, we will make a little tutorial video about that in the near future, but if you want some basic information on how bankroll management works and can help you to bet more successfully, you can have a look here in our main menu on the sports betting tab. Here you'll find many good tips and infos, and for example, if you go to sports betting tips, you get some information about the best sites, where to bet, you get a sports betting overview, you got some expert tips, and for example here you'll find the bankroll management part where we explain it very in quite good detail on how large your bankroll should be, what's a unit, what's our recommendation on how to use these units, and how much stake to put in single bets, yeah, and how we measure profit with this approach. So it's definitely good to read through this, but not only through this, but also through our betting strategies, where you get some really interesting things like Fibonacci betting system, the Kelly formula, Dutching, early cash outs, live bets on over 1.5 goals. There's so many betting strategies, and if you really want it, if you really want to be a professional tipster and win big time in a sustainable way, you should know everything about this. So take your time and read through it. It's very thrilling and interesting read for those who are into these subjects. Yeah, so this is already in overtime. Oh, and here we got another goal. Istra scores the 2-2. So if you went for the over 3.5 for the whole game, you just won. If you went for an over 2.5, over 3.5 on Istra, yeah, you're still in it, and they are increasing pressure big time, so this could be also a successful pick. But as we said, this is just a random selection right now. We now uncheck favorites and have a last look on what's going on. Overall now it's 23 live games at the moment on this Wednesday afternoon. Cape Town All-Stars, South Africa, they're better. Yeah, possible home win, but quite risky. We got that Istra game we already followed. Ružomberok, we also had that. The live winning odds for them are 140 now. That would be also a quite good pick, as they are better than Lipani, obviously. Kiev, we also had this. Maybe they should score one or two more, because yeah, we like these kind of games where one of the teams is just inactive. As you can see here, this is the highest. This is the top of the home line, of the home trend line. This is not even 20% or so, and Kiev is opposing so much pressure, so it's 2-0. Maybe this should be 3 or 4 for Dinamo Kiev. Also here, Benfica should score 2 or 3 in this game against Leiria. What else do we have? Yeah, Seljesnica is increasing pressure now, while Sloga drops after a very good start. All quite even, quite balanced, extremely balanced here in Mauritania. Yeah, and these are the games that just started, so there's no big sample overall, and especially if they're so balanced like here, or when the pressure is changing from minute to minute, like in this game in Iran, where Persepolis started to oppose a bit of pressure and then fell down, and Nasachi then also opposed a bit of pressure. These are games that are really hard to bet on. These are classical no bets for us. Possibly something like an under, because you see here the total game pressure over the whole game on average is just 12%. This is a low value. To get more about this topic, about the total game pressure in our Overlyzer stats, just click the video in our YouTube channel. We have some good explanations here, and you will understand this quite easily. So don't worry, and don't forget to check everything on our YouTube channel and also read our content here in the sports betting tab. This will definitely help you out and make you a better tipster overall. Okay, so yeah, we'll not wait for the last 20 minutes of that game. As we said, were random picks. Maybe you could recommend us, recommend our YouTube channel especially, because when we reach a certain amount of followers, we can also do live streams, and then we can do something like this live, and you can like bet together with us. Would be cool. And also recommend, of course, our Twitter channel where we always post some picks. And yeah, on the whole, since we make the Twitter channel, we are quite good up front with the money, so it's always cool to check our picks there. They're not on a regular basis, but sometimes maybe once a week, sometimes also twice or 3 times a day. Yeah, it's just depending on how many games we find that are really interesting and worth sharing. So that's it in this long video about on how to read graphs in Overlyzer, and you can subscribe however you like in our mobile version, in our desktop version, and also in our apps, Android and iOS. They are ready in the stores already. So yeah, hope to see you again here on YouTube, and good luck for your picks on the upcoming week. See you again.